Well, it's time for another gardening week video, and the weather, as per usual, has been pretty rubbish, although it does look as though we're going to get some good spring weather over the next couple of weeks. And my growth rates are pretty good though. I can't really keep up with the harvests off the allotment anyway, so I'm not really complaining about anything being slow. I have managed though to get my onions in. I'm really pleased about that. I've got some of my sets in the back garden, and they're the ones that I interplant with the parsnips. And I'm doing, a bed a week basically down the side of my lawn there. And so they'll be finished in a couple of weeks. And I've got my main crop onions in, the ones that I grow from seed, and I made a little video about that, which you can find in the description below. And yeah, again, it's always like these milestones as a gardener, just really enjoyable and kind of satisfying when you get something planted and it seems to have established well. And this week was a great week for establishing onions, just loads of rain, because I fleeced the bed, which I always do, against cold and also against wind, and it was very windy, so I am pleased that those little onions got a little bit of protection. And I'm also just about to do my carrot bed. My first carrot bed, I'm going to do half of it as Mercurio and the other half of it as Touchon. So Mercurio is a summer carrot, but I've already got a lot of carrots in containers for summer, so I don't really want to do them all Mercurio. I think Touchon is a superior carrot for autumn, so I'll do one summer carrot bed, one autumn carrot bed, and then in a few weeks time, early May, mid-May, something like that, just depends on how the crops are doing in the bed, I will do my winter and spring carrots. And for those, I think I'm going to do all Eskimo. I've had great results with Eskimo this year. It's kept really well through all those really bad frosts and all of that sort of thing. It's still crisp and sweet, and we're still picking plenty of them. So yeah, really happy with that. And I kind of have been fiddling around with the quality of my YouTube videos. So I have done a couple of mock-up videos of not so much the basics of gardening. I did originally think of them as the basics of gardening, but I think it's more the mechanics of gardening, really. So I talk a lot about planning, basically, all the different successions, all the different interplants, all the kind of key timing considerations and volume considerations, because that's really what I think about the most. I don't think about the mechanics because I've been gardening long enough now that it's kind of second nature to me. I think about what I need to be doing in order to be kind of self-sufficient as effortlessly as possible, and I try to pass that on to you guys. But then I've kind of neglected a little bit the basic mechanics of gardening, how you sow and how you prick out and how you pot on and how you prepare your plants for planting and how you plant and how you manage the plants through life and how you harvest and all of that sort of thing. I have some videos on those topics, but I just thought it would be nice to try and do some really nice videos with a little bit higher production quality that I can constantly refer you to when it comes to any of those sorts of topics. So I can then do these little sitting in my chair talking videos where I'm describing, the what am I calling it? The tools and techniques of self-sufficiency and high intensity gardening and interplanting and ornamental kitchen gardening and all of those sorts of things that are my sort of primary interests. And if you want to know how to do something from a mechanics point of view, then I can link to that video in my description, or I can refer you to the book. And one of the things I'm going to do in the book as well is I've got kind of in the book lots of different videos. So I have a sowing video at the moment and I'll have a planting video. When I do these higher quality ones, and they're going to take me a while to get them all done, I'll just use that one video, but I'll have it embedded into the book at different points in the appropriate sections in the chapter, but it'll jump to that timestamp. So I think that would be quite nice. So next week I'm planning to take a lot of my covers off, and that'll be nice as well. We're not going to get any rain, so we won't get any benefit of that, but it's going to be warm, too warm for a lot of the crops under cover now. So you know, and there's no high winds kind of in the long range forecast, so everything is obviously reasonably well hardened off, but it'll get a chance to get properly hardened off in case we get any really bad weather in sort of late April and May, which is always a pretty high possibility. Nothing really needs to be protected from the occasional frost now. Even the onions should be fine, but my onions are undercover, so you know, they should be get extra protection. And so I think that's it. Let's just take a look at the harvest. So here's this week's harvest. It's another stunner. Everything's, well, not everything, but a lot is double and triple deckered. I'll just quickly go through it. So we've got parsley, potatoes, got one more harvest of potatoes left. Winter squash, I think we've got 2 of those left, so we'll be waiting on the new season courgettes. Beetroot, pretty much finished now with these onions, so we're going to rely on big spring onions and overwintered onions week after next. Gorgeous purple sprouting broccoli, and I think we've got 2 or 3 weeks of this left, and then hopefully the calabrese and cauliflowers will be on stream. First of the Brussels sprout leaves, absolutely gorgeous, just as we're kind of finishing the cabbages, so that's a good timing again. And lovely Carvolo Nero, and then loads and loads, all this whole lot here is spinach, and spinach is starting to rise now, so I think we'll only have a couple of harvests over from the overwintered spinach, and then we'll be on to the new season spinach. Loads of kale, all curly kales and all these gorgeous red curly kales, and field bean tips. Broad beans have got flowers on them, so I'm pretty excited about that. I've got the leeks, and look at those, absolutely stunning. Those are Joy Choy leaves, and salad onions, and tatsoi. These are the cooking tatsois, and then that's the mix of Asian greens for the salad mixes. And yeah, oh, don't forget the carrots, a little crop of carrots. These are the ones we sowed in July, so we've finished our winter carrots now, and so these are a lot smaller, but still pretty good. And then all the salad mixes, and of course I haven't grown the tomatoes there from the supermarket, but pretty much, well, everything else in fact is homegrown. And then these are just to go into the salad mixes, so we've got little baby leaf spinach, wild rocket, and more baby leaf spinach. It's a pretty good harvest, very happy with that. So I hope you like this quick video. My name's Steve, this is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel, and I'll see you soon.